Hi guys,
Hello.
it's good to be back.
Yeah.
We're gonna answer some of your questions. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, I'm Ian,
I'm Chad.
and we're called The Great Big World, if you didn't know who these two guys are.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Go ahead.
Phoebe from Sheffield. How did you decide on the cover art for Hold Each Other? I think we just wanted to show that in every human wants to love and be loved, and it's what brings everyone together, and there's no division between anybody.
We also wanted something super simple, and I don't know.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, he captured it.
Mm-hmm. Gabby from Hazleton. What excites you most about the new album? Oh man, we're just finishing up the album like this week,
Like today.
like today, kind of.
I would say the songs feel a little more mature than our last album. So I hope it's a growth that shows in a good way and that you guys like it. So I think I'm really excited and anxious to hear what you guys think.
It's scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary putting out new music, but I would second what Chad just said.
Yeah. What else?
Kaya from Kenosha. What are your middle names? So my middle name, I actually have two middle names. One of them is Garrett, and one of them is Myers.
I don't have a middle name.
Clary from Scarsdale. When was the last time you did something for the first time?
Oh, good question.
I think weirdly, the first thing that comes to my mind is eating scallops. I tried scallops for the first time.
When?
A couple months ago, maybe a few months ago. Was that the last thing I did for the first time?
I feel like
We played on Jimmy Fallon for the first time. That just happened. Does that
we also
count?
had an Uber driver about 20 minutes ago, and that was the first time we ever had that Uber driver. So,
It's the first time we're answering that question.
yeah.
You do this one.
Anna from Argentina. What was it like performing Say Something with Tori Kelly? Tori Kelly's voice is so beautiful and breaks my heart every time I hear it. I loved it, but I wasn't performing with her.
Dude, we didn't even really rehearse at all. Like, we had just met her backstage, and like we kind of went over it, but then that was really the first time we ever did it was out on stage, and she killed it. She's incredible.
Mm.
Okay, Kaylee from Orlando asks, what was the worst pickup line anyone has ever used on you? Okay, so no one really ever used pickup lines on me. I wasn't like I wasn't that guy. Has anyone ever used a pickup line on you? I don't think anyone has tried to pick me up ever.
There was that guy at the bar when I told him about a sweater. I don't know if that's appropriate for this.
It's probably not appropriate.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have a good story for this.
An appropriate story.
Yeah.
All right, Allison from Troy. Did you play any sports in high school? I played basketball up until 8th grade, and then I was thinking about auditioning for the high school basketball team, and then I decided that I wanted to focus on music.
And I played basketball in middle school a lot because I thought that's what all the cool kids were doing, and I needed to fit in and be straight, and so I played basketball to show them that I was a straight boy. Look at me now.
Okay.
That's weird. Okay.
Lexi from Cleveland. Is there a running theme throughout the upcoming album? I think I would say that one theme is just falling in love and how the whole world looks different, and like you hear a song differently, or for the first time that you've heard your whole life, but now you've really heard it for your first time, or a movie means something completely different to you, or
Yeah, I think both of us have experienced and are experiencing love for the first time in a way on this chapter.
kind of feels like this is our first album in a way. Like
Yeah.
everything is, it feels like a like a slate is clean and this is a fresh start in some way, which is related to falling in love.
Yeah.
It just feels new. Pam from Boulder. What does hold each other represent for you guys personally?
Cool. Hold each other. For me, it was at first it was kind of like your typical love song, and it was really pretty, and I don't know. I didn't have strong feelings one way or the other about it. And the day after we wrote it, Ian was like, "Well, how are you going to sing the chorus, Chad?" And so we changed the lyrics from her to him, and then the song took on a life of its own. A different, I don't know, it brought it to another level. That I don't know. I feel so pulled to the song now because of it, and we got futuristic on board, and then that brought it to another level. So I don't know. It's a super special one to me.
For me, I guess it was just about like when we were first starting writing it. Like I'm getting married next year, but when I met my fiance, I wasn't like really looking for it, and I was kind of blind. I didn't really see it, and it took me a second. And I always thought that I would be the person who would know first, and that wasn't the case. So that's kind of where my verse comes from. Lindsay from Clifton. Do you prefer breakfast for dinner or dinner for breakfast? Breakfast for dinner.
Yeah, I definitely have never really done dinner for breakfast.
Kinda, who does that? Gross. That's disgusting. Steph from Portland. What's your biggest pet peeve? When people don't listen.
Oh, what'd you say?
When you don't listen.
Did you get it as a joke? It's a joke, Ian.
What's yours?
My biggest pet peeve is that we feel like superheroes, and we feel like we can do everything, and so we schedule everything on our calendar.
I don't think it's a pet peeve.
Well, no, hold on. And so like the day comes when we're like, oh, we could totally do all this. And then all of a sudden we're like the most stressed out,
Well, that's not a pet peeve. I think a pet peeve is like
it's a pet peeve that keeps happening.
No, a pet peeve is something that somebody else does that bothers you.
Really?
I think so. What does pet peeve even mean? What is that? What's a peeve?
I don't. It's an annoyance of some sort.
Interesting.
Anyway,
very interesting question. Lauren from Charlotte. What's the most memorable show you've ever played?
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, New Year's
opening
Eve.
For Maroon 5. It was the first time we got to see the effect of Say Something, because for months we didn't really know what was going on with it. We could see the charts and the numbers, and it looked awesome, but it was the first time we were playing for a crowd of like 8,000 people.
In Vegas.
And Ian started playing the song.
On New Year's Eve. Anyway, I started playing the song, and then like I played the first couple chords, and I sang the first words, and then all of a sudden the whole place erupted in this like loud cheering noise, and it completely caught me off guard, and I almost missed the next line, and I started
crying.
It was profound because it was the first time in our lives where we were like, wow, that song is connecting to people. This is bigger than us, and I will always remember that. John from Scottsdale. So you want to know what we do when we get writer's block. You just gotta kind of keep putting yourself in a situation to write songs. And that's all you can do, and you can't force anything.
But what about when we're in the writing session? We have writers.
Sometimes it just doesn't happen, and that's part of the process. I mean, a lot of times especially writing this musical we're writing, like we spend a whole week, the whole day, every single day, just trying to write and not coming up with anything. And then like on the 8th day, it all comes out in like 30 minutes, and we needed those 7 days of nothing to get to those 30 minutes.
There's a lot of like talking it through and brainstorming, like understanding what the song's essence is, and then it all kind of comes out. Yeah.
What's the craziest thing a fan has ever done for you? Sarah from Brooklyn wants to know that. Brooklyn.
Done for us.
I think that one time someone gave us each a blanket with our faces knitted into it.
Yeah. I love that. That was Sarah. I remember that.
Colin from Boise.
I didn't just make up that name. It wasn't like, oh, that was Jessica. Oh yeah, Maria. Maria totally came to this.
Colin wants to know, who have you met that's made you starstruck? So I remember when we were we were at the AMAs and we were meeting all tons of people, but like we were totally fine. But then like we met the Shark Tank judges.
Because that week we were like binging on Shark Tank. So like every day while we were eating like lunch, we'd be watching Shark Tank. And so like we were at the AMAs, and all of a sudden we were like, "Oh my God,
It's
Mark
like, oh,
Cuban!"
Yeah, it's like, oh look, there's Katy Perry. Like there's Kanye. Let's go up to Mark Cuban. So I think they were a little thrown off by us.
Barbara.
Julia from Chicago. Ian, why don't you tweet anymore? P.S. Bring back the selfies.
Oh, good one. Good one. I tell him, I ask him all the time.
I want to tweet. I will. It's just that, you know, things get a little crazy sometimes, and in you know, I will. I'll tweet. I'm bad at that.
Yeah. No comment.
Danielle from Fort Lauderdale. What's up? Does Chad play any instruments on the album?
That's a good question.
Do you play any instruments at all?
Well, I play guitar, but I don't think I played these parts on this album because
he plays,
because I play alright. Like I'm decent, but like I don't really
maybe
play.
like a shaker or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of background noise that I totally was really good on.
Last question. Rosie from Dayton. Who are your musical inspirations? One of my musical inspirations.
Wait, why don't we answer for each other? Because
okay.
Yeah.
The Beatles. The Beatles is all I've ever listened to for the past 10 years, and I mean he says it all the time, but the Beatles are the Beatles.
Well, I love Randy Newman.
I do.
And I love songwriters.
I love songwriters.
Yo, that was some like meta stuff right there. Anyway, wait, is that our last question?
That's our last question. Romeo,
we love you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys.
These things are actually a lot of fun.
This was I really enjoyed this one.
We cannot wait for you guys to hear our music. Really, I mean, we poured our hearts and our souls into it, and hopefully you guys connect to some of it or something, anything about
also,
it.
just a hint. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but Ian might get mad at me. It's not guaranteed that the album title is Won't Stop Running. Just saying.
There are no guarantees in life.
Yeah. Okay, love you.
Bye. Thanks, Romeo.